Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Happy Holidays to everybody who celebrates, including you two. It's been a wonderful year. I think at the start of the year in 2024, it'll be season 2 of Brain Void. So we have made it a half season. We started in about late March, early April, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. So Merry Christmas and whatnot. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, no Zach this week. It's Dick my butt. Dick my butt's here this week. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm doing good. I'm getting over a cold. It's the cold that we didn't record for last week. I got zapped, and I knew it was coming because I had stress from all my finals and like my final projects, all this school stuff, and then even like after that ended, you just get holiday stress. And then there was like a few nights where like I went out with some friends. Actually, I have an interesting thing. Went to see a fun little play that I could talk about in a second. But through all of that, there was like, I was all stressed out and I knew I was going to be in for a bad time. And then there was one night I got like 3.5 hours of sleep. Like literally, I think it was like 3.5 hours. And the whole next day I'm like, I don't know, man. I think that might've been the last straw. And lo and behold, I woke up the next morning and I couldn't breathe and my throat hurt and I felt like I'd been hit by a truck. And I got zapped. But I'm mostly over it now. My voice is a little icky, apparently. So if you're hearing it, it's not just cum in my throat. It's just some remainder of the cold.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but hopefully it was worth it. You know, that sleep 3.5 hours worth, right?
Oh God, it was that was a bad night. I get one of those every now and then. I'm good for one every few weeks where I just don't sleep. It's cool. Sure. Leftovers from like a decade ago when I was like an insomniac for a year. It's fucking cool.
Rick, what did you do for the holiday season?
Same thing you did. We're brothers.
I feel like you went to the same houses, saw the same people.
No, I mean, so went to Brittany's side of things, and that was Christmas Eve, and it's nice seeing everyone there. And then we met up with our side of the family on Christmas Eve, shared gifts. Then Christmas Day, opened my gift, and Brittany got me tickets to Trans-Siberian Orchestra. So
excellent.
That's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that. That's on the 30th. And
yeah, that'll be good.
Christmas was browner than a turd, so that was exciting.
Yeah, nice. We had a nice weather for Christmas, a nice rainy. I saw a motorcycle out on Christmas, and I thought about pulling mine out just for the memes. Because when am I going to get a motorcycle like ride on Christmas in Minnesota again, you know?
I saw in Prior Lake, Minnesota, somebody was tubing and on a boat.
Fuck you.
That's fantastic. That's
Previous lake.
I love that.
Yeah. They were tubing, and I gotta, I thought about it just kind of like you, Zach, just for the fun of it, because it's doable because it's in plus 40 degrees or whatever. But I couldn't imagine trying to so you winterize your boat in September or something like that, and then you pull it out 2 months later just to kind of, fuck around in it, because it's not going to last, right? Like it's going to get below freezing, I would imagine, in January sometime. But
it's got to break
for one time out, and then you got to, depending on how old it is, like you got to I don't know, adjust the fucking carb and shit to account for the colder weather.
I was saying my bike would have not liked starting. I got a carbureted bike. I don't have a fuel injected bike, so
yeah. Well, it's the exact opposite for one of our snowmobiles. It runs like shit when it's too warm out. I can only imagine how a boat likes being ran in 40-degree weather.
Yeah.
Not running to the Arctic with that bad boy.
Right. Maybe I'm completely wrong and it's fine. I have no idea, but I assume, depending on the age and everything, that it could have been a pain in the ass.
I don't know a lot about boats.
If you're tubing in December, you're probably not old enough to understand that that's probably the case with your carburetor. Because I didn't even think about that, and I have a boat, and I'd be like, that's something I would do. And I wouldn't even ask a question. I'd be like, well, it ran in the summer and must run in the winter. Let's go. Light it up.
I'd give her beans. I'd give her hell, man. Lick the stamp and send it, baby.
Don't idle so good, but it runs at full throttle just fine.
Yeah, wide open sounds nice. Let's go. What
Wide
the fuck
open's
is
the
a
same,
kilometer?
cold or warm.
Hell yeah. Brap.
So yeah, how about you, all?
Well, what did I do? Hey, we gained a follower. Hey, shout
Oh,
out.
Hi.
welcome.
There we go.
Welcome, our new follower.
Yeah. No, I pretty much similar to Rick. Kaylee was gone. She went to Nashville with her family to celebrate Christmas. I unfortunately did not go. I was home with my family.
Hi.
Opened up gifts, ate Densky, fucked around and found out. And then I think the next day, Kaylee came home and we celebrated there. I surprised her with some stuff. I did the tree. We didn't make the tree when we got it right away, like, dress it up with lights and whatnot. So I surprised her by doing that by myself. It looked like shit, but the thought was still there.
Another A for effort for the fridge.
Yeah. No interior designing in your future is what you're saying.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah. Unless it's like a old whiskey bottle on a shelf somewhere. That's the only thing I can do.
Yes. Classic.
Yeah.
Man cave. Keep out.
But that was pretty much it, though. I know that the New Year's is coming. I got some friends coming from home, coming back home, I should say, and I'll be adding to the weight that I've already gained this holiday season. And speaking of weight, that's something we were talking about earlier before we started the show. That if you're feeling like a big fat fuck at the end of the year, it's normal. And Santa can do it. Why can't you? That's what I ask. So
he's got to eat all those cookies, dude. It's all those cookies. Quit.
Yeah, man.
You can't leave out whole milk for Santa. You got to leave out skim milk. You got to remember he's drinking a lot of fucking milk.
He's already slipping in and out of diabetic coma.
Yeah, he's just hit him with the skim milk.
So that's something that we were talking about too. And Zach, you said you maybe want to continue the conversation while we record, just because this is more of your wheelhouse situation. But Rick and I were talking, and we both had noticed that the scale went in the direction that a lot of people don't want it to see go, unless you're trying to gain weight. So that was this holiday season between Thanksgiving and now, and as we're recording, December 27th. But so yeah,
it went up.
Yeah, it went up a lot. It went up a lot. It went up more than I was anticipating.
Yeah, mine stayed the same because I slept like a fucking cat while I was sick. So my
scale said one at a time, please, and then I got sad.
Scale said, "Get fucked, buddy."
Mine was
Get
mine
fucked,
said
Dave.
too much. All right.
Anyone got any more?
Mine said
my scale just broke. Mine just snapped in half. Just shattered under my feet. Yeah, no, my scale stayed the same. Although I usually I'm gonna be honest, I have trouble gaining weight because I don't eat. Like I forget to eat a lot of the time. Now this time, like, I was sick, so I just didn't eat. I was sleeping for 14 or 16 hours a day. So not a lot of awake time to eat. But yeah, if you are a fat shit, or if you're feeling like a fat shit, it's okay. Because everyone, I think legitimately most people gain their weight at this time of year. Like it's the Thanksgiving kicks it off, and then everyone's busy, and you got holidays, and people's workouts drop off. If you're someone who exercises, it gets hard to exercise around the holidays. Even I miss workouts, and I'm usually pretty adamant. I used to be the guy that would go run a few miles like Thanksgiving morning, or go, catch a pre-Christmas pump, especially if you're gonna. I recommend that if you got some family coming in you haven't seen for a minute and you want to look real big, you just go get a pump. before Christmas. The pump, it's rewarding, like coming. It's I don't know. It's normal. It's normal for everyone. You're not alone. Just don't go like do some stupid like carnivore like some bullshit diet. That's what everyone does now. In January, they go, "I'm going to lose all the weight," and then they hop on some like ass tier diet, and then they feel sick.
Yeah, I think too. Well, another good news with that too. At the top of the year, they usually give out the most discounted gym prices. For all the
Oh yeah,
January 1sters. I think that's a meme running around now. I was hoping to get in there like this week.
yeah. It's the resolutioners we used to call them, man. When I was a trainer, they were like, "Oh, just wait till January. You want to sell training. That's when you're going to sell it." And I quit before January came because I hated where I worked. So I never found out. But yeah, not shout out to that gym I worked at. But
I think that's one thing. So I was just going to ask you though, but the drop off for that's got to be insane, right? I'd say like out of let's say 100 people that join one gym at the start of the year, like I'm ready to go. January 1st comes, like 75 of them probably are done by February 1st.
I think that's probably generous.
I was gonna say if that many stay, I might be surprised. I mean, based on my experience and my gut instinct, I don't think you're too far off. I don't think you'd be terribly far off. Just kind of based on what I see, because I mean, I will see January 1st or like the first couple of days, weeks of January, especially. I know like I'll see a ton of new members getting toured around the gym, and I'll start seeing faces at my usual time. Because I kind of go to the gym at the same time all the time, right? So I see the same familiar faces. I'll start seeing new faces, and yeah, by February, a vast majority of them are gone. And for gyms, that's still kind of nice because a lot of gyms or a lot of those people will stay on as donors basically to the gym, and they'll just pay their membership and never cancel it because I'll go back sometime. I'll go back sometime, and they become donors. And most gyms thrive on that, right? Like the Planet Fitness, they thrive on members being donors, and not you don't want me in there, right? You don't want the people like me in there that go in there 4 days a week, lift weights, beat the shit out of the equipment, respectfully, and then leave it all fucked up. You don't want guys like Joe Sullivan going and trying to squat 700 pounds on your bar that only handles 600 pounds and bending the shit out of it, fucking hurting himself. So, yeah, it gets real wild. Yeah, the first like 2 months of the year just suck to get in the gym. And everyone's new, and like, God bless them, damn it, for getting in the gym and trying to learn to lift, especially when it's like people learning to lift and stuff. I try to have as much grace as I can, but you will also see like just the silliest shit happen. Like, because people don't know how to use equipment, and they don't know how to lift. And some people, I think, just have never moved their body through space before. So they all look like fucking baby giraffes and like kittens that haven't opened their eyes yet. And yeah, they watched one. I guess Sam Sulek is the big guy now. It's not even Arnold like back in my day. So they watch one Sam Sulek video and they try to do that. That's what the kids, the broccoli haired lifters, all do now. So
that's one thing I've heard about is the broccoli haired lifters. Sam Sulek, he's popped up on my TikTok a few times. He seems like a genuine fella.
That guy, it's wild. His rise to stardom was crazy because he does like, when I say long form YouTube videos, I mean like 45 minutes to an hour. And all this guy does is he clips a mic on and he goes and sits in his car and talks about his workout that he's driving to and how he's going to get a freaky pump. And then he goes through his workout and he just talks through his workout and does his sets. And he goes home, and on the way home, like maybe he'll order some food, like he'll run through a drive-through, and he just talks through it all. And that's it. And he's got like 3 million YouTube subscribers. Like it's just this unedited raw footage. And like, yeah, like he's jacked. Like he looks great, but it's just wild how like in a world where the attention span is down to a TikTok video, where like a 2-minute TikTok, you're like, okay, like let's move it along here.
Where's
This
the chase and how do I
cocksucker's
cut to it?
Yeah, this guy's like, hey, do you want to watch every rep of every set that I do for the next hour? Like, it's wild. And he's, I mean, again, more power to him, man. Very successful. But yeah, the broccoli haired kids love him, man.
Do you think that a part of that is, I don't know, maybe they're doing it along with him?
Maybe.
Or
I don't know what it is,
they
honestly.
worked out. It's a lot like watching a sports team play and then saying we won afterwards, you know?
All right.
All right, those mirror neurons start firing off and shit. Yeah. I mean, I think it is like a thing where I think these kids aspire to that, or a lot of people aspire to that, and they just go like, "Oh man, like look at this guy, the way he works out, you know, whatever." I don't know, but I don't know what it is really, because like back in my day, I'd watch a 45-minute video, but it had to be even then like clipped together. I'd watch a short documentary on like the animal cage that they used to have at the Arnold Sports Festival. Which is coming back, but that would be a bunch of lifters lifting, and that's just people doing freaky weights. It's not just some guy in the gym like, all right, now we're going to do leg extensions and I'm going to do 5 sets of 10 and it's going to be really hard. Now watch me grunt and sweat. Like, so yeah, I don't know what the appeal is for these videos. I haven't watched like a full one myself, so I haven't really I can't say if it even would appeal to me. He looks like a good dude. I don't know. He seems legit.
Yeah, like I said, I've seen him pop up on TikTok before, and I'm sure he's inspiring people coming into the next year here. So speaking of the next year, 2024,
Heck yeah.
do you guys have any kind of preliminary plans going into it at all? What you're looking forward to? Rick, I know you have a big thing coming up, and then I think maybe I'm wrong. Is it 2025 or 2024?
24?
Okay.
It's next year.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't make it then.
I kind of forgot. But
I have to wash my hair that day.
I think
it's funny because I'm bald.
For the audio on
my ass hair.
Well, that's
no, I think that you can make some. I hear a lot of just personally here. I was watching a video on TikTok again about the 3-year rule or whatever. So whether you relate it to relationships as far as romance, or if you talk about like 3 years into a job or 3 years in the same geography where you live, a lot of people say you have to move on after 3 years because then you don't settle and you're not like allowing yourself to get comfortable, because then you're going to move on to that next stage. Have you guys heard anything about that at all?
No, but my wife's going to be pissed because we've been married for a while. So we've been together for almost 10 years. So both of us better, we got comfortable, damn it.
I think any sweeping rule like that is kind of, it alludes to like I don't know. It's a false way of looking at things. It's disregarding a lot of variables, thinking that way.
Yeah, what if you're married and your wife's got the yams and you just can't give them up?
I don't think they see it like obviously if you're in a relationship with someone, you're not supposed to like, well, time's up, bitch, get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna move on to the next one.
Yeah, if you're move out.
If you're married and your wife's got the variables.
Yeah. What if hear me out? What if you're married and you live off your wife because you're a piece of shit like me, and she makes way more money? Do you still
start
have
a
to
podcast?
Go?
Yeah, you start a podcast. That's what I did because I'm in the same boat.
Well, you also have to be white for that. This is a very white guy thing that we're doing here. I know we say it a lot, but like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, man,
me and Rick really with like the middle-aged white guy moves here. like since neither of us can afford a Corvette, is this just us buying a sports car? Like, is this our version of buying a sports car?
Just wait. Next year I'm getting into smoking meats.
Oh, hell yeah. You can smoke this meat, baby. I'm going to get into World War II history so we can really round it out. I'm going to talk to you about like obscure battles that you never knew happened.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like airplanes or something.
No, but no, there's this 3-year rule here about, so not necessarily pertaining to relationships if you're married like you, Zach, But it's like, so if you're in a job and you're kind of entering your career, it'd say, all right, after 3 years, if you're not really moving on to the next thing, either maybe adapt or manage your expectations to kind of adapt to where you are in life. Or if there's an opportunity, you should take it, because then it's going to put you to that next thing. And then you have 3 years to kind of get your shit together. And then when you're ready to go again, from there. But I agree with you, Rick, where you said it can't really just be a sweeping rule, because then you have people that take it too literal, where it's like, 3 years, okay, I'm leaving my job, I'm quitting, and the universe will find another one for me. I have no backup plan. So some people, I'm sure, operate like that. But but anyways, talking about 2024, like I said earlier, what do you guys have going on? Any goals at all, Zach?
Oh yeah. I don't. So here's the thing. Here's the thing with goals. I have goals. I don't know if I'm going to shout them out, because here's what I've experienced. Right. I've experienced when I call my shot, it doesn't always work out. Right. There's kind of this thing, and it's not that, like, there's this theory that, if you go up and tell someone, hey, like, I'm going to lose 20 pounds, and you tell them like your goal, you're supposed to kind of get these feel good of like, oh, and it's kind of the same vibes as you actually achieving the goal. So then you don't go do it. Right. But the way I take it is sort of, then you're accountable, right? You become accountable to that goal. And I kind of like that. Here's the problem though, is, so this last year, 2023, I said, if I don't squat 500 pounds, I will purchase and eat a Toyota Camry on live television, because I was so fucking confident that I was going to hit that. Right. And the problem was, I had a window where I could have done it, and I didn't do it in that window. And then there's another window, and I just didn't do it. I was going to put it off till the end of the year. Well, guess what? Now I got sick. I went into squat yesterday, and let's just say there was no fucking way I was throwing 4 plates on that bar. So I kind of have turned more towards, like, for me, I kind of like the vibe of, like, just shut the fuck up and do the work, sort of thing, for myself anyway. We're going to try that, because I can't even afford a Toyota Camry. I don't think I can eat the whole fucking thing. Like, I can get really hungry, dude, but I don't know how I'm going to eat some of that stuff. Like, I don't think I'll like how the seats taste.
Seats are at least your worries, man.
I don't know, man. People fart in those. Like, if I buy an old one, they've been farted in a whole bunch. Like, the carpet's
wait till you get to the radiator.
There was a show called My Strange Addictions where people would eat shit like that. They'd eat like a fucking sofa.
Yeah, I saw a dude where a dude fucked his car.
Exactly. Yeah, I saw that one too. You'd invite somebody over, brand new couch. You're showing them. You go to the other room. You come back, and they're just fucking swallowing. It's like,
they're going.
Where'd my couch go, bro? They'd start with the cushions, though, is what I found in most of them. But
well, I mean, yeah, that's the part you can actually swallow.
Yeah,
but like, I mean, the point being,
Zach, you still have like an overarching goal, though, right? Like, you have like, okay, I want to get to this point.
Oh, I have
X amount of time.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll just go in and do whatever.
No, I've broken it down. I mean, I have my lifetime goals. Like, I have a lifetime total that I would like to hit. I still have, of course, like the smaller squat, bench, deadlift goals along the way and things like that. Yeah, I mean, the timeline got thrown off, but I really think that honestly, by February, I will have hit what I expected to hit this year. Like I said, I just missed my window, and that's my fault. Like, when I was feeling good, I should have done it. But life happens, and I let life happen. It's all on me. So that's kind of the thing, though. You learn and you carry it forward. I mean, I ran into trouble. I wasn't sleeping as good. I wasn't tracking my food as good. I wasn't training quite as hard as I should have probably been. So yeah, I mean, that's the thing about it is too, like, you have to admit when you fucked up, and you got to hold the L. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's a problem that I see with a lot of people, is they go like, well, I was going to school. I got really busy at work. I got all these things, whatever. And then you ask them like, well, do you really, really want this goal? So someone will tell you, yeah, I really, really want to lose this weight. I really, really want to lift lift this weight. I want to total this. I want to whatever, compete in that, run this fast. And they say it means a lot to them. And it's like, okay, well, I tell you what, man, like it sometimes takes some fucked up things, sometimes some early mornings and some late nights. I mean, my wife has done it too, like where she, for a while there, she was getting up at 3:30 in the morning to go do cardio before work. She'd do 3:30 to, 4:35 cardio and then come home, get ready and go to work. And she was lifting after work with me because that's what it took, to do it. So it's just kind of one of those things, like you can't, if you really, really want it, you can't let the shit get out of the way or in the way. Because at some point the spotlight turns on and it's shining on you. And you got to tell everyone like, yeah, I didn't do it. I'm not here. I didn't make it, and you can't, I think it's shitty to have excuses because you don't learn from making bullshit excuses. You can't learn from like, oh, well, like this was in my way. Like that got in the way. It's like, no, man, that's not it. That's not always it. Like if you had a kid, your house burned down, some shit like that. Like I get it. At that point, losing 10 pounds.
Fuck you. Get in the gym.
Yeah, get in the gym. Fuck you. Or like whatever it is. It doesn't even have to be the gym. Like I don't want to be a bro, but like if you want to study really hard, you like, like my semester ended and I didn't get the grades I wanted. And that's fucking on me, man. I should have studied harder. I should have stayed up late. I should have got up earlier. I should have done what it took and I fucking didn't. So when I got it back, I just have to look at myself and go, okay, well, it's all, scores 0-0 the beginning of next semester and we'll just fucking do it next time. But you can't look at that and go like, well, my teacher was a dick, or like the homework, they gave too much homework. You got to fucking do it. And you got to find time to study, and then that means saying no to your friends or whatever it is, again, losing sleep, whatever, if a goal means something really hard, like do it with everything you fucking have, there's no reason to go half measures because at some point you're going to fucking die, and then what? The ghosts of all these things are going to stand around you. The books you never wrote, and the music you never played, and all that shit is going to stand around you and haunt you. You're just going to have to sit there and be like, oh, well, I just, my house was so dirty. Okay, well, look at you now. You lived half the life that you could have. At least that's the way I look at it,
Yeah, very inspirational on this December 27th. That's good.
Hey, this is the episode people will be listening going into the new year. I think it's appropriate.
That's a good point.
I agree. Yeah, fantastic. Rick, did you have any 2024 goals?
Well, contrary to what we were talking about earlier, I actually started working out in the midst of the holiday season because I decided I was tired of looking at myself in the mirror and being like, oh. So, and being that we moved out into the woods here, on some acreage, I have been getting workouts in other ways, like just functionally, like doing logs and wood splitting and this and that. But like, I gotta say, I went too fucking hard. Like what Zach was saying, he's like, oh, I didn't go hard enough. I went way too fucking hard on my first few days and then I couldn't move. So excellent. I needed to take a few days to reset from that. And now I'm going to hit it again here coming up. And that's the goal next year too, is to just kind of, because I didn't want to wait until New Year's, that was a couple weeks out and I was just like, it's kind of an arbitrary fucking line in the sand. So I was just like, I'll just start now. And then I beat the shit out of myself and here we are. And but that's one of the big ones. Another one obviously is planning the wedding out and lots of fucking landscaping and shit to do around here and try and not be so fucking cynical, I think.
Yeah, from a personal growth standpoint.
Yeah, I found myself starting to just automatically assume the worst of other people's intentions, and I don't want to be that person. That's a dangerous fucking road to go down too. Yeah, I need to get back to giving people the benefit of the doubt and like most people are just trying to do what I'm doing and just live their fucking life, you know. They're not trying to be assholes. Sometimes they come off that way, but they're not trying to. And there's a big difference in if you're trying to be an asshole to me or if it's just a misunderstanding. So I think that's pretty much it for me.
Oh, good. Yeah. Hopefully that all turns out for you both here.
What about you?
Me?
You don't get to just fucking skip by.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
I asked the question, but I don't think I had anything ready. No, I think, I don't know, just giving it a half second. I mean, obviously, I want to be healthier, right? I don't know what that looks like, but I know it's not what I am right now. So I would like to move in that direction. So whatever that may entail, whether the perks are weight loss, sure. If I can get a better haircut out of it, that'd be all right too, but, I think that's been my goal for a while, and I really want it to, be a mainstay this year. Along with those personal growth development items too, Rick, that you brought up too, just kind of maybe be more positive. Working in HR, it's kind of like you almost have to wear it on your face. And I've been finding more and more after talking to people this year that there are some times that I wasn't wearing it on my face and people had a hard time approaching me about some stuff. So that's something I'd like to change moving into 2024 and beyond. Outside of that though, I think just getting also more responsible financially. I think that's another goal of mine would be to kind of move past the, hey, my friends are in town, let's blow $100 at the bar. It's like, well, no, let's not this time, and maybe have a glass of water, right? And call it even. So that's kind of where I'm at now too. So I would say those are my overarching goals for 2024.
I think that's good. Good.
Good vibes.
Giddy up. That's what we like to say.
Good vibes. I think that's what we need. I think we need more good vibes. I think it's nice to not assume malice out of everyone. You know what I mean? Like if someone cuts you off in traffic, like I found it easier on my life to be like, you know what? They're probably really late for something important. Like instead of being like, oh, you fucking and just like getting all lit up in my car and like screaming at my steering wheel, like, like just be like, you know what? They're probably late. Like there is a few times still where I get freaked out because like there's a certain point where it's like it's gone too far and I can't make excuses for you. But yeah, just be like, I don't know, they're late to return their library book. Like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, they're having a worse day than me, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just yeah. No, the good vibes are good. I think we should all do it. I think one of my goals too is to thinking about some of these different types of things is I want to use my phone more because I realize I won't get to when I'm dead. So I think I should spend as much of my life staring at my cell phone. I want to see if I can do like 16 hours a day just staring at my cell phone.
What the fuck? Man,
that is in jest.
I thought I saw where you're going and it took a fucking turn. Holy shit.
For anyone who's unaware. No, I legitimately actually I tried to make a point to reduce that. So I put the little widget on Android phones. You can have a little widget that is your screen time widget. I tell you what, when you put that thing right on your home screen, so every time you open your phone, that thing just like fucking lays at you. Where it's like, hey, you've been on Instagram for an hour and a half today, buddy, and it's 9 a.m. Are you sure that you need me open, right? Like, are you really sure? And then you're like, yes. And you still make excuses for yourself, but now you have to look at it every time. You have to look at the shame that is the fact that like it says like, oh, 45 minutes on Chrome. It'll just say like, oh, like Chrome, like in your browser. And I'm like, yeah, it took me a while to find the right video.
Just cold dicking it. Yeah,
dude. That's my pro tip, man. Yeah, you're just standing there over the sink with your dick in your hand. It's just I know it was on one of these pages. What did I search? Where is she?
I just made a fucking account already.
There's that thumbnail. Yeah.
Too many to save.
Yeah. I'm for the premium account. Let's go.
Yeah, no. So positive vibes going into 2024. Speaking of that year, and maybe not so positive vibes for Donald Trump, Colorado didn't let him do his thing, right?
We are not letting him do his thing, and by do his thing, they mean be on the ballot for the God. Help me, Rick. My brain's full of burrito. No, but it's not the
primary
big election. Yeah, that's the word I wanted. Dude, my brain's full of Panchero's burrito. I'm sorry. I just completely I got a fucking software update halfway through that sentence. I couldn't think of the word primary, like the colors, like red and blue and yellow.
The other one.
Purple.
Roy.
Roy G. Biv. For those of you who like rainbows.
Yeah. So they're not letting him. So that means he can't. So he basically loses his state then, right?
Yeah, he loses Colorado. Although I did see today that Michigan is not doing the same thing. I think there must have been a court case in Michigan. I just saw a headline, so someone's going to have to fact check me. But I think Michigan is allowing him on the ballot. But yeah, it was because he incited an insurrection. So 14th Amendment for Colorado. And they decided that he did, in fact, maybe have a hand in a bunch of idiots storming the Capitol.
So, okay. So as somebody that doesn't follow politics terribly close because of laziness, if he loses a state like Colorado, how significant is Colorado in the grand scheme of things? Is it like the Electoral College where it's like?
Well, that's where Boebert's from, so there's that.
Yeah, I don't know what he would have won by, in the last presidential election that he was in or anything. The thing really, I think if it was a closer race, it would matter more. Because now, if he loses a state, he loses a state. I don't think it's probably a big deal. But just because he's so far ahead, you know what I mean? He really has no one nipping at his heels. I think Nikki Haley, last I saw, was the next in line, and she was still just miles and miles off.
Gotcha.
As far as where she was polling. So I don't think it really matters as far as if it goes all the way to, the main event and we get Trump v. Biden part 2 electric boogaloo, then then it might matter more, I guess. I think that would matter, but
electric wheelchair 2.
Electric. Yeah, we can't have them be pushing.
They're old.
Elbows will give out. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, man.
The thing to keep in mind with this too is that this was the state Supreme Court, and it's almost assuredly going to the actual Supreme Court,
which is run by conservatives.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And so we're not sure if this is going to be upheld or overturned yet. It's anyone's fucking guess at this point. I did see an interesting development among quote unquote actual conservatives saying that we can't give Trump immunity for this shit because if we do, that sets the precedent that would enable Biden to not step down from office because he's the guy in charge right now. And so they're kind of like, oh, what do we do? Because if we say, hey, he's immune from everything, then that makes Biden immune from everything and we can't go after him now. So they're kind of, it was an interesting read. I forgot where I read that.
They're becoming self-aware. That's crazy.
Yeah. That is self-aware wolves, dude.
Suddenly setting a precedent is important to them.
Yeah, which is also interesting. We got to obey the law because it might apply to someone other than us. Damn it.
Right. Yeah.
That is a curious thing. A lot of the things they're trying to do could ultimately come back to bite them in the ass.
It has, dude. It's bitten. They have bite marks. They're getting the rabies shot and the everything else. They've gotten bitten by it, and it's not phasing them mostly. Like, I don't know. If I got bit that many times, I'd be like, all right, I'm doing something wrong.
They got booty calluses.
Yeah.
Good bites.
Well, that's interesting. Okay, so it's primaries is probably not going to affect him, even if it does go through, just because he's Donnie T. So
that Teflon coating's got to come off sooner or later.
I just don't understand.
I don't know. His makeup's wearing off. I'll tell you what.
I just don't understand. He's been fumbling his words a lot. I don't know if you guys been watching some rally stuff. Like he's kind of, I don't know if he's just getting tired, but everything he made fun of Biden for, he's doing right now. And
he's done, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to his base. Yeah.
Isn't that fucking incredible?
Yeah.
Oh shit, girlfriend's that loyal. That's fucking insane.
My dog isn't that fucking loyal to me, man.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Those dudes.
Imagine.
I don't know. People would like straight up like if he was like, hey, I'm going to throw out pairs of dirty underwear into the crowd. And if you guys could just lick them clean and hand them back to the front, that'd be great. Like,
I'm going to put a big funnel over the crowd and shit into it. And his fucking supporters would happily catch it in their fucking mouths.
Just stand there with their mouth open like turkeys.
Like
in the rain.
I've never followed somebody that fucking closely and just blind fucking, just a disregard for reason or anything. Like I've for a little bit I was fucking on Elon Musk's team, right? I got a Tesla and all that, but like, dude, it took him just starting to say, like, come out of his shell a little bit and say some really fucked up stuff. I'm just, you know what? Fuck this guy. Like, you're saying dumb fucking shit. I don't agree. Like, I'm not just going to be like, yeah, okay. You know? Jesus.
Well, it's not even, with Elon, it's not even dumb shit sometimes as much as it is, like, openly anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
You know, and, like, just, like, openly just horrible, horrible shit sometimes. I think the worst thing that he did was buy Twitter to try and be funny and then continue to post to like Twitter, because every Twitter post now is just like, fuck, man. The guy just, the public image of him has to just drop precipitously every time.
Yeah. Do you see he took out Disney Plus from cars, from Teslas? Because he got in a fucking dick measuring contest with Bob Iger.
And he still has Hulu?
No, Hulu's gone too.
He learned.
But you know, it's just, okay, now I don't have something in my car because two billionaires got in a fucking pissing match. And it's like, what the fuck is happening right now? Why is this a thing?
This is called late stage capitalism.
I'll show you. Fuck off, dude.
Did you see his go ahead, Zach.
Oh, I was just gonna say, it's kind of the, like, it's late stage capitalism, but it's also kind of the fact that like 6 people own everything.
Yeah.
So like if 2 of those 6 people like get in a fight because they pinch each other's fucking wieners a little too hard, it just turns into like, now your car doesn't fucking start because God forbid. Fucking Christ.
Did you guys see the panel he was on or something like that, where he thought he did something by telling the advertisers to go fuck himself?
Yeah,
that was very funny.
He just looked into the crowd for approval. Just every time he said something, like, dude, you're talking to the guy, and it didn't land the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I make go fuck yourself? Is that clear? And everyone's like, yeah, it's clear. We'll pull all of our fucking advertising and you can get fucked.
His echo chamber wasn't there.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
He forgot that there's like the real world outside of the fucking computer. Like,
it blows my mind that someone can insulate themselves from reality so fucking much to the point where you can do something like that and still think you're right.
Yeah. Hey, you know how like ad revenue is what makes me money on this? What if I just pissed off every advertiser at the same time? Like, really? Like, this is like your very smart guy that like, bro, Again, I will hold this forever. And people tell me, no, Elon's very smart. I'm like, I don't fucking care. Here's what happens. He has all the money. He goes into a room full of smart people, and this dude is just absolutely gacked out on coke. He throws a stack of money on the ground that he hasn't even counted, and it's probably not even American currency. And he throws like 6 emeralds on the floor and goes, build a bunch of tunnels under LA. There's too many cars on the freeway. And then he just walks out. And he leaves all these poor, sad engineers to work 75 hours a week and give up their family and never see their kids again. So he could try to figure out how to build like 0 gravity tunnels underneath one of America's biggest cities. Like, that's what it is. It's not him going like to a whiteboard and like, it's not like he's doing the Oppenheimer thing, like
he's not figuring it out. He's
exactly
throwing his money at people to figure it out.
But, he's throwing emeralds at them like some sort of fucked up Sonic the Hedgehog. Fucking Sonic the Hedgehog if he had fucking autism. And a lot of cocaine and wanted to make electric cars and go to space. Just throws a fucking Chaos Emerald at Knuckles. Is like, send me to the moon! That's what's happening. That's Elon Musk.
There, now you don't need to read the fucking biography.
Yeah, you don't need to read the biography. It's just, I was born, I was rich, I threw emeralds at everyone, I died. Like, that's it. That's his life. I bought Twitter, LOL. I went on 4chan way too much. Man, 4chan used to be not so horrible. I used to go on it for the memes, and now people go on it to like say horrible things about other races. It's not cool.
You guys aren't cool anymore.
Yeah, and I don't know why they do that. They just go on Twitter now.
Yeah, well, yeah, now they can. That's probably why they all came out of the woodwork. They're like, oh shit, this is way less weird for people to see in my browser.
I haven't seen natural light in a while.
Yeah. What's that big fucking orb in the sky? Why is it so hot? What's those green shit on the floor? These graphics are awful.
Yeah.
My 4090 runs this way higher resolution.
A lot of ladies out there say that if you like Elon Musk, you're a red flag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like green flag, red flag. Yeah. That's a lot of things I've heard about him and people that enjoy it. Same with Joe Rogan. But while we're on the topics of flags, did you guys know?
Jesus.
And we're
that's as
back.
rough as she gets, boys. The Minnesota state flag. There's a new one being proposed or has been proposed and finalized.
Have you seen it? Have you lost your shit about it?
Yeah. Have you gotten mad about it because you don't like change?
It's the Godzilla flag. Or if you prefer, it looks like a coked out Pac-Man. Yeah. Look at it and tell me I'm wrong. We're going to ama our way to that North Star, baby. The North Star is Miss Pac-Man's booty hole.
Well, so I've heard a lot of people talk about it already, and I was at a CARES meeting. I was at a meeting with a bunch of old ladies for my job, and
do
it's
they
like
cares about you?
They do, and they basically it's this fucking group of folks that are old, obviously, that used to work at the company I work for now, and they kind of try to stay in contact, have events and whatnot. But I heard them talking about it, and they were very much like, as old people would be towards a new change that looks something that they think is similar to another country's flag. And they went hog wild, and I just had to kind of sit there and listen because I couldn't say anything. Like they're my bosses at that moment. So I had to just listen to that ear rape for a while, and I heard a lot of people talk about that though. That same kind of ideology with the new flag, and it looks like this flag, and I don't like that flag because I'm racist. You know what I mean?
Yikes! I haven't seen any of that. I'm gonna be honest. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but yeah, I haven't seen any of that type of talk on the internet, which shocks me. I guess that I haven't seen it, or maybe I have.
They said it looks like the Somalian flag.
Oh,
and it really doesn't.
It doesn't. I even, because a lot of people were
If
comparing
you
two flags. And I
squint
go,
and change the colors and
a lot of people compared the flags on like Facebook, and a bunch of sharing was happening on Facebook. And I just looked it up, and I'm like, well, that's not even the flag. That's not even what it looks like. Like,
I'm doing that
Also,
right now.
I saw someone post on Facebook as well that Greenland has a similar flag to Japan. I think those were the two countries. And I promise Greenland's not trying to be like Japan. Like, it's very separate. Like,
or how about
flags look similar inherently.
the Confederate flag and the British flag?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Union Jack. Here's the thing, though. Like, look at like Europe. Like, I think France and like a couple of, maybe it's an African country. I don't know. There's a few countries in like Europe where like literally it's just 3 bars of the same 3 colors, and you just like change the fucking order of them.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, there's only so much shit you can put on a flag, and like, who cares? Like, I get it. Like, the Minnesota flag was very weird and just kind of looked splotchy and stupid. You couldn't really tell what was going on with it. But like, I don't know, man. Like, I think some people are really, I looked up the Somalian flag, and I don't think our flag looks like that at all.
I also, I mean, talking about the different colors and whatnot, like Ireland and Mexico have the same looking flag too.
That's what I was looking at.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
that's fine.
I promise they're not the same.
Not the same.
No. I think
everyone
Minnesota
needs to calm the fuck down.
It must be all of Minnesota now. Is just so growing up in St. Cloud, I saw it a lot. Everyone was very racist against the country of Somalia because I think there's a church group that, and a lot of immigrants wind up in Minnesota. Like, we have a large Somalian population. We have a large like Hmong population. There's a couple others, I think. And in St. Cloud, it was like really bad. Like, if you were from Africa at all, you were automatically Somalian. And then, of course, all of like the slurs and stereotypes would just start flowing aplenty from all these like redneck mouths, where it's like, bro, like, you live off of Mountain Dew and you grew up in a trailer park. Like, you cannot talk shit. Like, these people are at least coming here and they're like starting businesses and shit. Like, they're not all fucking awful people, like you seem to think. So yeah, it must be just all of Minnesota. Like, just it's the hillbillies, dude. The hillbillies are awful.
I've heard a lot of counters to people having a problem with this new flag. Is firstly, I would like, if I was like going to announce, hey, we decided on this new flag, the first thing I would do is I would try and make it as public as possible. Can anyone actually describe the current, without looking at it? Can you describe the current flag? Yeah. You know what it looks like?
I know it says Le Toile du Nord because I always think
you know more than most.
Le Toilet du Nord. Toilet of the North. Probably. I don't fucking know.
And so, like, if it didn't matter to the point where you had no clue what it fucking, like, everyone can describe the Stars and Stripes, right? It's in the fucking, like that. I just did.
But it's a whole song.
But, like, splattering the state seal on a fucking cloth and saying, this is our flag, it's just, first off, if you have 50 different flags that look just like that with your state seal on the side of it, it's going to be hard to tell them apart.
And our seal is fucking weird looking.
Yeah.
Too messy.
But like at a distance, like if you saw 50 flags like that, flying together, like you couldn't just fucking, oh, that one's mine.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so that was another, like, I agree with that. Like, yeah, make it stand out a little bit. What's the fucking deal? Also, if you had such a problem with this, you could have submitted an idea yourself, and nobody fucking did. It's just another pointless thing to get mad about that you don't really care about. You're just acting like you do.
People suddenly caring about the flag is really funny. Like, yeah, I acknowledged it and of course, I have an opinion on how the new one looks and like whatever, but like, it has no bearing on my life. So even if like, I don't think this new flag is like the most hideous thing in the world or anything. I think it's kind of meh, but again, like, this is the most I will talk about it probably in my entire life because like it's a goddamn flag. And like the number of times I saw a Minnesota, like the previous Minnesota flag in my life, in my 33 years, 31 of which have been living here. Like, I saw the flag a handful of times, It's like, and this new one, I'm going to see it a whole bunch right now when they're rolling it out. And then I'll like basically never see it again unless I drive by the Capitol in fucking St. Paul. Like, It's not going to matter. No one fly. It's not like people are flying it outside their fucking house.
Yeah,
they will now. They upped the sales like 95% in the last month. Like forever, it's hiked up 95% because people are buying them out of. It's like our mom, Rick. Like when they know something's either A, going away, or B, it's on sale, you're fucking going hog wild on it. Or hey, maybe your daughter made the top 10. I need 50 newspapers that say the same thing. That's what I need. So it's similar to that, I think.
I'm gonna buy like 1,000 of these of our old flag. And then I'm going to sell them to like old racist idiots that suddenly want to fly it because, like, God forbid our new flag look like another flag that they don't like. So be like, here, you can buy this. It's I'm going to mark it up way too much, and I'm going to take all your money.
I will say this though. Now this might, I don't know, take it as you will. But I looked at the new flag, right? Obviously, when it came up and all the controversy and whatnot, and to me, it looks kind of bland. Like it looks like the old one had art in it and whatnot. Regardless of what the art was, apparently it was racist. But the new one looks bland. It looks like somebody made it on Microsoft PowerPoint.
Yeah, it looks like paint. It looks like I went into Paint and tried to draw like Godzilla. Like I tried to draw Godzilla like roaring out his fucking whatever fire breath shit.
What the hell are you talking about? What do you mean?
That? Are you looking at the flag right now? Are you looking at a picture of the flag?
I thought so.
I can see what Zach's saying, but I wouldn't have landed there without him describing what he's thinking.
The star is the eye. The star is his eye, and it's lit up because he's and the light blue is his like fiery breath shit, and the rest is his mouth. Like the dark blue is his head.
Yeah. Or he's eating a really big light blue popsicle.
Yeah. Or it's coked out Pac-Man. He's got that star power.
Do you think it would look better if we're like flipped with the light blue like on the top and it pointed like it coming down? Wouldn't it kind of look like a ribbon at that point?
I don't care.
That's respectable.
I think we should fly flags like that, like vertically. Like fly them hamburger style instead of flying them hot dog style.
Yeah, I think Hitler did that, right? I mean, that worked.
Oh, yeah. Oh, maybe we shouldn't fly him. Well, I mean, he's from Germany. He had to fly him hamburger style.
But it's the most talked about flag in the United States in any history, not United States history.
Yeah, but I don't think you want to be like
what that flag looks like.
Everyone talks about the Nazi flag and ours. I don't know if you want to be in that sentence. What are the two most popular flags? Oh, the one with a swastika and ours.
Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of that, you know how Germany like outlawed using the fucking swastika, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then people are saying over here that, oh, we're going to forget about our heritage for changing the flag and fucking ripping down all these asshole Confederate soldier statues. It's like, yeah, because everyone forgot about Hitler.
Yeah.
You know? There's no statues of him in fucking central fucking Berlin saying, hey, look, remember this guy? Don't forget.
Don't do what he did.
Yeah. Yeah, they put him up there right there in Auschwitz, right in the middle. See, that's the thing. Like, yeah, so we want to go by, like, I want to drive down to fucking Alabama, and drive by this Confederate statue and, like, look at this little plaque. It'll be like, this man, here is his list of atrocities he committed against black people. Like, don't forget. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks, Alabama.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we're going to ban all the books that actually references that and teaches you what he did that was bad. Telling you only the good things, right? Who's the real snowflakes here?
They also want to ban all the books that teach you about sex, and I think it's because they're all mad that they're bad at it. They're like, fuck you, then nobody can do it. It's like, no, I can still figure it out. It's not that hard.
What's a Kama Sutra?
Christ. Exactly. At least that one's a picture book, so they can at least get a fucking idea of what they're in for.
No, they fucking want to burn that too because it's fucking pornography.
Yeah, and it's fucking awesome. You should try some of that shit sometimes.
See this guy's Willie, and it's kind of turning me on. I better burn this.
Yeah. People can't fucking bend that way. There ain't no way. My wife ain't never.
How many times I have to clean my ass? Yeah, no.
Got to wipe more than once.
Then we get Ben Shapiro having a meltdown and confessing he's never aroused his wife.
His poor wife, man. I don't.
Right?
Do
that's
guys,
normal.
She's always been dry. She's dry. She's always been dry.
Let's say hypothetically, for argument's sake. My wife
told me all girls do it.
Yeah. She said they're all dry and it always hurts and everyone always cries after.
And mine is, in fact, the biggest. And best.
Do you remember how everyone started sending his wife fucking vibrators and shit afterwards? Like, they got mailed so many fucking sex toys after that.
She's like, oh no.
Yeah, oh, damn it. And Ben's like, what is this? Why does it not look like mine? She's like, oh no, this is a bad one. This is what a bad one looks like. I don't want one like this. Let me put it in my nightstand, though, for safekeeping. Also,
just get it out of my sight.
Yeah. This is disgusting. Why is it sticky? Why does it smell like that? Can you imagine Ben Shapiro?
Why is it wet?
Ben Shapiro has absolutely never gone down on a woman, and that's just sad for his wife. It's sad for him, really. Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta go down on your significant others.
It's a lost art. Yeah.
It is. You got to do it. If you can do that, you'll end up married, like me.
Yeah.
Then you
just
can quit your job.
deep in a beaver.
Just take out the old weed whipper.
What were you talking about?
I don't know. It's really the only thing I have going for me. I'm not much
flags,
of a man. So anyway, the flag looks like Godzilla. And please don't buy any swastika or Confederate flags.
Don't fight like a hamburger. That's wrong.
Yeah, don't fly your flag hamburger style, because the Nazis did that. Fly it. Please continue to fly it hot dog style. It honors
guys.
Really flying it hot dog style honors the Costco Glizina soda deal, which really is what it's about. You got to have that dog in you, and for $1.50, you can have that dog in you.
That's the best deal known to man, though. A hot dog and a pop for $1.50.
It is. They're the reason that inflation isn't worse. They're keeping inflation down single-handedly by refusing to raise
the fucking boat anchor.
It is. The Fed always tries to change, mess with inflation by changing interest rates, and I think they just need to they got to go to Costco and be like, what are you doing? Because whatever you're doing seems to work. Because you walk into your food court, it is a fucking time machine to 1990. And that's what we need. We need that 1990 economy right now.
That's true.
We used to be a proper fucking country, boys.
All right. I think that's a good place to stop. I think I'm done. I'm tapped.
He's all chuckled out, ladies and gents.
In closing, okay, guys, remember our flag's blue. Okay, go.
Okay, go. This is my butt signing off for the evening.
Season 2 coming to you in January of 2024.
Skibidi-bop-bop, skidly-doo.
Tell your friends. Thank you for the plus follower. I'm assuming it's our cousin, Justin. And shout out to you.
So we're sorry, Justin. If it's you.
All right. Any final words from you guys?
I already did mine.
Don't fly your flag hamburger style.
All right.
That's the last thing I'll say to everyone for the year. Don't fly hamburger style.